Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
And we're back. It's still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 398 of the One Up Gaming podcast. This week, we have got 7 games to play through. I've tried to even these games out now, so I'm not having to do about 20 games in a row. But yeah, 7 games, very random assortment of games. So these are just in order of where they're being played through on the YouTube channel. So yeah, Game Inspired Music, 20% goes to Child's Play charity. Buy it, stream it, amazing. Thank you to a lot of the people involved. Adam Goodwin, a few people have sort of like emailed and messaged online. There was a guy who did some music for us, and then I introduced him to one of the game developers, like an app developer, and I think he did some music for the app. So yeah, if anyone's interested, let us know. We still have 9 album deal. We've still got 9 albums left that we can produce with the funds that I paid for. I got a 10 album deal. I don't know why. I'm an idiot. Yeah, email us, contact@oneupgaming.co.uk. Let us know if you want us to release one of your albums. You can also get our first 100 podcasts, audiobooks on tape.com, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. We have our books available, all 3 of them. They are all the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. So they're all available at Amazon. Just search for them. Let us know what you think. Also, I might be able to do as a limited time only. If you email us at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk, let us know which book you're interested in, and I might be able to get some review copies sent out for £25 instead of the £35 that it would cost normally. So I can do a £10 discount for a limited time only. So let us know and we'll get that sorted. So email us at contact@oneupgaming.co.uk and we'll get back to you. So I guess first of all we have to talk about Street Racer. Now, I've always been weirded out by games that have the same name as the other versions of games, which are all different versions. So there was Street Racer for the Super Nintendo. There was Street Racer for the Mega Drive or the Genesis. There was Street Racer for the Sega Saturn, and there was Street Racer for the PlayStation. Now, Street Racer for the Mega Drive was a very basic looking kart racing game that looked just like a lot of the other games that just looked bad. You know, I think a lot of Mega Drive racing games do look quite bad. On Super Nintendo, because of the Mode 7, Street Racer on the Super Nintendo looks amazing because it just uses the Mode 7. So it just reminds me a bit like the Mario Kart-esque look. And then we have Street Racer for the 32-bit systems, and that is for the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. And they're both similar games, but the Saturn, I don't know how this happened. Doesn't normally happen. This is one of the rare occasions where the Sega Saturn version just completely and utterly obliterates the PlayStation version. It's quite a basic looking game. Very basic 3D environments and backgrounds. 2D sprite cars that you race with. And on the Saturn version, it's got a lot more detailed 2D background elements. So cabins, bridges, fences, trees, a lot more detail, a lot better sort of stuff than the PlayStation, which is a lot more plain and barren. But Street Racer, I loved it so much as a kid. I tried playing it recently, and the handling just felt a little bit off, and it was just a bit skitterish, and I couldn't quite work it out, you know, but I still think it looks absolutely stunning for the 32-bit systems, especially the Saturn. So if you're interested, give it a go, give it a look. See what you think. Let us know in the comments how amazing this game is. Next up, we have a game called Lunar Axe. And yeah, it's like Lunar Axe is a rather strange point and click sort of like strategy game. I think I played it on the Xbox. There we go. I completely blanked. And it's a very simple hand-drawn type animation. Looks a lot more gothic and a lot more mysterious than some of the cutesy stuff like the Monkey Island-y sort of stuff. But it was bloody hard. I couldn't work out what I was meant to be clicking on, what I was meant to be doing. It looked nice, it sounded nice, but I just couldn't get into the game. So Lunar Axe, I can't recommend it, I'm sorry. If it was a little bit more easier to get into, I could maybe understand it, but it was hard. It was just stupidly hard. So yeah, so we'll move on. And I'm going to get the name butchered here, so I do apologise. Is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. I think that's right. Apologies. We got sent the game to review. I'll be honest, I'd never heard of the game, but since then I've actually seen a couple of people talking about it, and I played the game, and oh my god, it's one of those games where the backgrounds are full 3D and the characters are like proper bitmap pixelated sprites. It looks absolutely stunning. I was floored by how good this looks. This is the RPG game of Street Racer for the Sega Saturn. It looks absolutely amazing. I got kind of drawn into the story. I think I played it for an hour or two. I'm not a big RPG sort of fan, but this game I could easily give a lot of time to. It's the best role-playing game I've played in years. It really is that good. I was shocked and amazed at how good this game was. So yeah, I'm going to attempt it again. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Great game. I think it's out on everything. Steam, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox. Buy it. It's bloody good. Good game. Next up, random one. Well, I'm going to go for my cup of tea. It is Dr. Cat. And it's a weird art style, like proper hand-drawn, as if it's like Microsoft Paint, like a young kiddie version that's drawn it. But it's about a psychiatrist cat sat talking to people on the couch, other animals. Anamorphic? Is it anamorphic? It's the ones where they've got like humanized bodies and hands and stuff, but with the head of whatever it is. And this game, it goes into some dark, strange places, and you sort of sat there, and then it cuts to how can we help sort of thing as the doctor's talking, and then you actually have a sliding puzzle, and you slide the puzzle around to get the picture, and as you get the picture sorted, it's still sort of like talking in the background, getting stuff sorted, and you get a breakthrough and solve the case and try and help him and say it's not a quick fix, it's going to be years and years of trauma and this, that, the other. Bloody good. Bloody good. It's like proper strange. I didn't have a clue what the hell I was doing when I got sent it to review, but it looks rubbish. I don't want to sugarcoat it. It looks crap. It really does look bad. The gameplay is almost non-existent. It's like a sliding puzzle and reading text. But some of the places it goes, some of the things it talks about, it just grabs you. It really does. So Dr. Cat, recommended. I think it's a cheap game, so give it a go, see what you think. So, 5th game this week, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Wrath of the Mutants. Now, again, another, I think we got sent all these through, apart from Street Racer. Yeah, we've been sent all these games to either review or to cover, depending how we see fit. So, TMNT Arcade Wrath of Mutants. It's a remake-ish of the Turtles arcade game. It uses like full 3D characters, backgrounds. It looks not great. The moment-to-moment gameplay is adequate, but I do think we've been spoiled by the Turtles game last year, the Double Dragon game last year, the Streets of Rage 4, even the bloody what was that Toads game? Killer Toads? No, can't remember. But the one that was done by Rare, yeah, it was like the Toads. Zit, Pimple, whatever the names were. We've been spoiled by how amazing those games look and feel. Whereas this one, it looks like a cheap 3D sort of game, made on a budget, which it probably was. But at the end of the day, get a couple of mates around, it'll be fun to play. All these games are really fun to play, they're really fun to get into. Great little arcade game. So yeah, I think it's only about 15-20 quid, or I hope it's only about 15-20 quid, because it bloody better be only about that price. If you see it on sale, get it, because it is a good little game. Now, another game which I'd never heard of, but the developer, I think it's the developer, emailed us saying they've seen on our YouTube channel or on our website, one of the two, that how positive we were on the Sociable Soccer, and they had a new game coming out soon, and would we be interested in covering it? So I said, yeah, I love all these old school football, soccer games. So they sent over a game, Bang Average Football, and this is like a football soccer RPG. So, do you know like is it Golf Story and Tennis Story and the Mario Tennis and the Mario Golf on the Game Boy Colors? All those top-down, old-school, pixelated graphics, role-playing games. That's basically what this is. It plays like a slowed-down version of Sensible Soccer. So it looks like Sensible Soccer, it's just a little bit slower. And yeah, so single player, you can just play arcade mode and all that type of stuff. You can play against friends in multiplayer. It's got a single story mode, which is you signed to play for a team that was big years ago, and you get there and the managers looked at the squad, said nope, and he's done one. So on your first day there, you're now being given basically you're now the player manager of the club, and you pick team, pick this formation, walk around the town, do stuff, talk to the owners, manager. I was shocked at how good this game was. I was really shocked. It played really well. It's funny, it's stupid, it's mental, but it's got a good heart. And when you're playing these sort of games, you need a game that clicks and it plays really well football-wise, and this does. And on the RPG side of things, I think you do need to go absolutely batshit crazy, mental, and this does that. So overall, this is an amazing little game. We have a copy to give away on Steam, so just follow us on Facebook. No, Facebook, bloody hell, where did that come from? Follow us on YouTube, and all you need to do is follow us on YouTube and just leave a comment saying Bang Average Football, and then we'll go through and we'll give one of these games away. It doesn't come out until I think next week, It might be like the week of this podcast going out, one of the two, because I've recorded this a week or so early. But yeah, bang average football, really good little game, really impressed, really good. The last game that we played this week, we got sent a code just to... I don't even know why. But we've been sent a code for Premier Manager 0607 on the Steam. And it's funny, because if I go to my Steam account and go to my library and type in Premier Manager... So we now have... Premier Manager 02, 03, 03, 04, 05, 06... No, 03, 04, 04, 05, 05, 06, 06, 07... And then we've got Premier Manager 8, 9 and 10. So they're all the Premier Manager games that we've got. And I think over Christmas time I did a load of gameplay of the Premier Manager games. I think I talked over them as I was playing. And this one played well, looked alright. But I still think the older Premier Manager games played and looked better. They must have changed developer at some point and publisher. And they went to a really cheap engine. And then they just kept it going for years and years and years. Well, yeah, so we've got Premier Manager 0607 up on the website. I do enjoy going back to all these old games and looking at the old Newcastle squad and players from the old days. It's good memories. Memories are good. So that's the games we've been playing this week on the 398th podcast of the One Up Gaming podcast. Yeah, that sounds right. And yeah, so we'll have a quick break and we'll come back with 10 minutes of nothing. This week is going to be a little bit different. It'll be a surprise. So 10 minutes of nothing following this quick break. So thank you. Goodbye.